And tonight, two experienced teams, Chris. We're going to see what's something you learned as a veteran that you wish you had known as you were just entering the NBA.
It's one thing that you could not have learned, and that's pacing. How to pace yourself during the game. As a rookie, you're playing, coming from college, and the game is so slow in college. And when you come to the NBA, you figure, wait a minute, this 24-second shot clock, that's not much. But you realize after about 4 times up and down the court, wait a minute, how do I figure this out? How do I switch gears? How do I lock in and play defense and then run my butt off to the other end as fast as I can to get an easy layup? And a lot of those things is not about being in shape, but the mentality and understanding how to take advantage of the next play.
Yeah, I like that. Offensive rebound. Cephalosha has the open look. Ayton. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, scoreless here early after those first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Now Gallinari. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's McCollum. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Here's George. The putback. And Ayton stays with it.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
It's McCollum on the wing. Good on the triple.
They were pretty tight to start this game. Started out with 4 straight misses. Maybe that one will get them going.
Here's George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George. Just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
That works just like they drew it up. Till the part where he short arms the play.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
It's good.
Well, they'll take that, but they got to find a better shot than that in their next trip.
And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
And it's Gallinari missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And the impressive reach of a lob it up his way, and he'll take care of the rest.
Now here's Walker. It's Gallinari on top of the key. 4 on the shot clock. And stolen by Ayton. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Now here's Walker. Gallinari outside. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
George. Here's Ayton. Here's Williamson. And the shot is long. Pistons trail by 7. McCollum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Star at a mid-major. Shout out to all the mid-major colleges. Lehigh University, C.J. McCollum wasn't that blue-chip prospect, but he sure worked his way to the top.
First free throw is good. Four-year player at Lehigh, McCollum earned his degree in journalism.
Yeah, he had to beg his parents to switch from a business major, but now he's putting his degree to use. He already interviewed the commissioner. Man, keep playing. He's trying to come for my job, Kevin. When his playing days are done, though, I'm sure he'll be looking to try to take my job and yours and continue on that path.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Fires the three. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes, Greg, it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
On the wing, George. Misses off the right iron.
He makes a lot more of those than he misses. Not sure what threw him off right there. I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Yep, that one goes in there. George has got 10 points in the game.
And he delivers another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
Down low. Here's Gallinari. And it's blocked.
Yeah, I mean, tracking that one all the way, baby.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Los Angeles leading by 11. And George, here we go. The three from Sapolosha. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And he lobs it up with the rim.
Oh, he's the perfect alley-oop partner. Zion showing the lift. How about his hands? Then we all know how it is.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Back right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Here's Dotson. They get it again. Here's Robinson. No good on that one. Here's McCollum. Robinson pulls it in. Clippers leading by 13.
And Chris, just how special was it to play for Detroit in your career? What relationship does this team have with their fans?
Yeah, it was so special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in, or to where my parents lived, and be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey. It was so special, man. This team is a mainstay of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole city when you play for the Pistons. It was such a special part of my career.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. That's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Inside, here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
What a fantastic finish there on the break.
Look at that awareness. Such a heads-up play to kick it back.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
To the inside. Nice move. Here's Grant. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Grant's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
The kick out to Hill. From deep. And then Robinson slams it in.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Yeah, guys, but where was the box out? No excuse letting him roam that freely on the glass?
You know what, Chris? Speed at any position is so vital. Who are the fastest big guys in the game right now that you admire and just can't believe how they go baseline to baseline?
The first one that comes to mind is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a Greek freak, but he's a freak of nature in basketball. His speed, his length, his athletic ability. You love seeing him. And I say a close second, Anthony Davis. And don't forget about Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, a lot of guys that love running the floor and put that pressure on the defense every time by getting out.
Bobbed up there for Lopez. To the middle. A slam dunk by Robinson.
And that was the correct play to make. George Hill, a very discerning playmaker.
McCollum outside. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Hill. And he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 21.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
It's McCollum on the wing. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Brunson. No one near him. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Attacking with attitude. Hill makes the biggest impact when being aggressive.
Got a piece of it. McCollum outside. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
He hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
Leiden. Good D by Lopez. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Brunson scanning the floor. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, You could argue he's the best, flat out.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Pistons trailed by 21. The 17-footer. Jump shot is good that time. McCollum's got 9 points.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
The Clippers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
So he gets them both. 54 seconds left here in the second. Left side Walker. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
Man, how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. No good with the triple.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And George gets it to go.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Gallinari on the wing. Now here's Grant. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Los Angeles on top. Deliver. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And here's George. Stolen by McCollum. From the arc. Nailed from three-point land. McCollum's got the first points of the second half up on the board for Detroit. Pass to Cephalosha. Clippers moving the ball around. Offensive rebound. Ayton. Gallinari with the steal. McCollum. And it's sent back by George. It's McCollum on the wing. He's got 12. 5 to shoot. Here's Grant. No good there off the double clutch.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency. It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. It's McCollum on the wing. Paul George with the steal. Here's Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
Unable to get that one.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, when you're executing at this rate, you feel like no one can slow you down.
That's his first personal foul.
To the paint. Here's McCollum. Robinson with the block. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
That is a jump ball.
And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Los Angeles now. They've got an 8-0 run. Hill drives in. Basket good. Hill's got his third bucket of the night.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Count that bucket. 6 points for Kemba Walker.
You love how Walker just attacks the opening, feasting on any lane that D gives him.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pass to Dotson. There's the three. It's good on the putback. Robinson's got 7.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Pass to Gallinari. Back to Walker. Gallinari outside. Clock at 6. And that one is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Ross with it. Now guarded by Ennis. Got that bucket in no time at all. McCollum's got 8 here in the quarter.
And they're going to have to pay closer attention to him beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 2 threes in this half, a total of 3 overall.
Hill has the open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 12 points for him.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. D, I mean, was ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
Oh, man, so unselfish. He's doing a great job creating for others and making pinpoint passes.
Excellent pass there to cap that break with an uncontested basket.
Pass to McCollum to end the run. Drains it from beyond the arc. McCollum's got 20 points.
With the quick, accurate release, McCollum thrives on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
The three. Robinson pulls it in. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
And here's the fast break. It's deflected. And McCollum with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Ross with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Stolen by McCollum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, consistency is what comes to mind when I think of McCollum, especially offensively, where he scores in bunches.
And so McCollum nails both of them. Here's Hill. With 1 on the clock. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Detroit has possession. Pass to McCollum. Wide open. That's good on the jump shot. McCollum's got 26 points.
And McCollum has a perfect shooting form. A beautiful high-arcing shot that looks good every time he releases.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Outside Hill. Pass to Dotson. Now here is Hill. Here's Leiden. And to get open is Robinson. And they'll keep possession. 6 to shoot. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his 5th foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
And the basket by Hill.
Their system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Pass to McCollum. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his 1st foul. And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game that I'm talking on right now. But secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA, from Lisa Leslie to Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. And I can't say I follow one the most because even the G League and their all-star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all 3 of these leagues I'm in.
Here's Robinson, and it's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. Pass to Hill. From deep 3-point range. Rebounded by the Pistons. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here's McCollum. Can they get it? And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
C.J. McCollum.
And so McCollum nails both of them. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my
They'll love
God.
it.
This
You
would
better
be
believe
great.
it.
Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
The 10-footer. Good on the jump shot. McCollum's got 32 points.
And too bad this scoring hasn't been contagious. I mean, they'd be in much better shape if a few of their other guys can pick up some slack.
Inside. And Robinson throws it down.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior. Gotta love it.
Pass to McCollum. And Detroit again with the bucket. And here is Los Angeles now. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game That system is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Oubre can't get it to go. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late. And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Detroit making a switch here. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
A two-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
His passes were crisp tonight. Pinpoint. So many easy buckets came off his assist.
Pass to Lopez. Looking to end the run. But they'll get another chance. Now Holiday. He's covered by Ayton. Here's Lopez. Detroit, no good that time either. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance